Hi there, I'm Mel, and this is Rachel Scott.
Hello.
She is a yoga teacher, trainer, and instructional expert for yogis and inis and others. She's also one of my besties. Yeah. Yeah, did you say that was like a question? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, confirmed.
Yes.
Confirmed.
Yes.
What are we talking about?
Let's talk about touching your students in class. Touching your students in class, hands-on assist. And what, like, if you're a newer teacher, or you just really have started to bring this skill set into the room, what you really need to think about to create a safe, mindful, nourishing experience for your students. So we can talk about the pitfalls, like the danger zones of, whoa, these are some things to be aware of. Talk about good practices, best practices for approaching it. So what do you think, Mel? Like, what do you think about hands-on?
First, I just have to say that hands-on adjustments or assists, I like assists, I think, better than adjustments.
Adjust is like cranking something.
Sure,
Yeah.
or like a correction. And
Yes.
I don't feel that that's the most loving space to go into, that I'm going to go correct you. I might go help direct you, right? So
Direct, don't correct.
yeah, direct, don't correct. So it's a loving thing that you're assisting. That is very powerful. I can remember adjustments in my body, like for the last, 25 years. I can remember them. I can't always remember the teacher though. So I might not remember the teacher's name, what was said, but I can remember how it felt in my body, and they're that powerful. And a good assist can change the course of the energy in the body. It can really redirect in a powerful way.
Absolutely.
Wonderful way.
It's profound.
Profound.
Yes.
Potent. And I can also remember a couple.
Bad.
Yeah. I was touched in anger once.
Oh.
I still feel it, right? I can still feel it. I was touched, kind of.
Creepy?
Creepy.
Creepy.
Right? I can still feel it. And of course, I never went back to those teachers, those classes.
Yeah.
So they're potent. I also want to highlight that they're from love.
Yes.
I'm here to be of service, right?
This is, yes. Come back to being of service. And from love and clean. Like that there's clarity in your energy, clarity in your intention. Don't adjust the guy that you're hot for, just stay away. But it should be super clear. Like I don't know, think about running water being clear and pure, and that energy of the assist, just being really pristine with that.
What's helpful with that is just being very clear on your intention. When I work with newer teachers, one of the things that I try to highlight is, if you can't say it, don't do it. And, which we'll get back to that, and if you're not sure,
don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't pet people inquisitively. This is sometimes what happens. It's like, I want to adjust your shoulder.
Well, we think we're being sweet.
Yeah,
we
like
think we're
tentative.
We think we're being sweet, but what that is weird and creepy.
It feels weird. Creepy finger. I call them creepy fingers.
Creepy
You're
fingers,
like,
me too.
Yeah?
Oh, of course we do. Yeah, of course we do. I'm great minds. The aspect too of okay, so if I'm being directive, then I could say it like externally rotate or wrap the outer upper arm, right? I close my fingers so I'm not creepy, and I direct the energy. Right? So it's just more clear when I'm trying to get to. I'm squeezing gently her tricep, not bruising it. What I will also add to that is touch muscular flesh that can move bones and joints. Don't touch joints.
Yeah.
Right? Leave knees and elbows and stuff like that alone.
Yeah.
And know that if you can't say it, don't do it.
Yes. Yeah. Clear. And then what about creating how do you know if a student's okay to touch? This is, right? Let's talk about that.
Super important. First, look. So take the time to look. No drive-bys. Nobody
don't do that.
Don't do that. So you have to look. Look from all directions, right? Can you see where you can be helpful? Second, when you approach and you're in the student's kind of space, do they tense up?
Yes, this is so, because let's assume that at the beginning of class, at least in Canada, we're a little bit more conservative in Canada about hands-on assist. We always ask in some way to gain permission, like raise your leg and down dog if you don't want to be touched or whatever. But even so, and this is why this is so important, what you're saying, even so, students may not, like, I have lots of ESL students. They might not have understood my question. And so they might not lift their leg, or a student might be shy or think, oh, it's fine. But so you, like, the monitoring of what's actually happening in real time with their space is so important, because you might be able to go like, oh, they said I could touch them, but actually I'm feeling, right? So if they tense up.
Yeah, they tense up. If you can hear their breath, if that you see that they stop breathing, right? Some of that is hard to teach, right?
Take some time.
Yeah, and it takes some sophistication. If you're not sure, again, don't touch. You could also do a little kind of investigatory. Let's say they're in down dog. Do something that's very simple and benign. Maybe spreading fingers.
Yes.
It's pretty benign.
Pretty safe.
Yeah, and exactly, pretty safe and mild. So, and then you can get feedback whether if the student closes their fingers back up or they don't move that. Like you're gonna know. Okay, this
touch isn't the best way to communicate with this particular student. And then you'll have some students that you're doing it like a child's pose thing, or you touch their hands and it's like you can feel in their body that they're like, yes, like it's a channel that's open for communication, because touch can communicate so quickly and in such a profound way.
Many layers.
And words are wonderful and are so helpful, but to have touch as a tool to pull out with, mindfully and when it's appropriate, it can be enormously nourishing and transformational.
Yeah. How a wonderful way to, I was going to say, like, how do you learn more about hands-on assists? Study with a qualified, like, more senior teacher,
Definitely,
right?
yeah.
Assist them, apprentice them, their resources in that way. Also, get together with someone that you're comfortable with, or a group of teachers in your own kind of,
Yes.
and practice on each other and give each other feedback. Like, oh,
Honest
you know
feedback.
What? Rachel, that was a little creepy.
That was so creepy.
So creepy.
It felt so weird and hard.
Tendency to be creepy.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm just kidding. But, so that's super helpful.
Yes. And to make a little pact amongst you all that you're not going to be polite, that you're going to give legit feedback. Because without that, we've had like hundreds of hours of touching people. Without the continual practice and feedback, it's not necessarily something that you'll get right away. So having different bodies, because muscle tone and the feeling of bodies is so different. So to have that experience is going to be super helpful. And you can do that before you bring it into the classroom. And start with simple stuff, like you were talking, pressing on hands, indicative assist, like where you're just kind of like directing things that aren't like the intense, like I'm clamping you with my thighs and moving you into this position. Like start with the simple things and get really comfortable in your own skin and with your own energy first.
There's only one other thing I'd like to add, and this is, like maybe a little pet peeve.
Let's hear it.
That's is consider to omit any range of motion or deepening assists, especially in your general group classes.
Yeah.
So that means a student's in forward fold, and then you use your body weight to push them deeper into the forward fold, or they have their leg up, and in Uttita Paragushtasana, and you're taking it up higher, right?
Yeah.
No. Consider omitting anything like that would actually override the student's kind of safety mechanisms, because the student may not have the confidence or be able to even feel what's happening when you come in and adjust in that way. So keep your hands on assist to supportive, help stabilize them, directive, help them again stabilize, but refine the alignment so they get a deeper benefit from the posture. Use it to investigate. Are you engaging? Yeah. Oh, okay. And some comforting, right? Comforting sometimes can be misconstrued. So just it's like a little bit of salt, little bit of in your food, a little bit of comforting nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what I want to add to that about the deepening assist, like for example, I've had forward fold Paschimottanasana. I've had teachers lay on me.
Yes,
right?
I have too. Sit on my butt.
Yeah. I don't, and what I think with that is like the when you push someone down deeper into a pose, again, you override their mechanism and they can't stop it. You can easily substitute that with, I'm just going to stabilize you. So like stabilizing and rooting what should be connected to the earth, like the foundation, like, oh, I'm just going to ground your hips. And then that gives the student the stability and the anchor out of which they can choose to deepen
Yes,
if it
the
works.
leverage.
Yes. Right. So you can totally facilitate those experiences, but in a safe
And put the power in the student's hands.
We should end on that. That was good.
I agree.